Who can miss that? Wow. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? So, this is, welcome to the No Avail Astronomy Podcast, where you hear nothing but the funniest and worst astronomy news. I'm actually trying something completely new with this. Man, this is broken, and I cannot believe it works. Crazy lady, what's up? Holy crap, I haven't seen anybody I've been on here. It's been a while. Can you hear everything going through this phone right now? I'm trying something completely new with this, and I'm blown away if it works, because I'm running all my stuff Bluetooth on my phone, and I think it actually all works. Is it? Okay. Is it drown? Can you hear me now? Or is that better? Okay. Is that better? Or is that still? Yeah, so I'm having issues on the sound thing, so I'm trying to get the sound right. How have you been doing? I haven't been on here in a while. Now, I wonder if this is running the microphone through this. I don't know. When I went, is it? Okay. Oh, that's why. Duh. Okay. I'm so dumb. Is that better? Okay. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Is that better? That makes sense because through my... Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. I'm so dumb. I gotta turn that part down. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. You have no idea how much you just helped me out. Seriously. Like, I have the worst time trying to get the sound and everything right on here. And I'm always like, man, I wish I had somebody right there. You're awesome. You do not know how much you just helped me out. How have you been doing? I miss seeing everybody on here. I have not done a podcast episode it's been a while. How have you been doing? Did you? Right on. Awesome. Yeah, I found, I have a big welding, mask thing, and man, yeah, you know what I found out? An iPhone works wonderful for eclipse, or any phone really. I don't think it has to be a particularly an iPhone. I found out that if you just hold your phone up and you record it, that you get everything on the eclipse without having to ruin your eyes or anything like that. The welding goggles is awesome though. I have a welding helmet, but the goggles would be so much better than wearing a helmet outside watching. But yeah, I need to get a pair of welding goggles. Those are probably better than the ones you buy from like Amazon and stuff like that. You know what I mean? From my phone. That's cool. Oh, and your telescope? That's rad. I last time I was in my backyard and I was messing around like with my with my phone or whatever, and I couldn't believe how well it worked. I couldn't believe it. But I hear the welding goggles and stuff like that are phenomenally awesome for that. Which, like I was saying, it would probably be way better than getting my whole entire welding thing. I wish to God I could weld, and I cannot. Solar film. That's an awesome idea. Oh, that's awesome. Are you in a place where you'll see the eclipse very well? I can't believe it's already coming up on April. That blows my mind. I cannot believe it. because if you're in the path of the totality, um, during this whole thing, hang on, let me turn this. You will be able to see like yeah, you'll still probably I'm gonna post this picture. Check this out. This is what it might look like if you let me here, I'll show you. Around the even if you don't get maybe the totality part of it, but check this picture out. Here, let me get back, edit that really quick. Let me do this. Man, I'm like so not on my game here at all. I apologize, people. So here's a picture of what it could look like if because there's gonna be so much going on, I guess, with the there's so much activity. What am I trying to say? Solar wise, this is what you might be able to see. See how you see? Oh yeah, the totality part, but those little red like towering things that come right out from the bottom part of that. Yeah, it was cloudy when I think that there'll be so much sun activity that will be able to be shown. I think that obviously I don't think that you can really. I don't know, man. They're pretty good at telling like all this stuff as far as like way in the future, telling like the activity of the sun or whatever, that you will be able to actually like totally see that. Let me turn this off. I'm sorry, I apologize for that. I meant to turn it off. I didn't. I'm totally not on my game here at all. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Sorry about that.
Now you evil will always triumph because good is dumb.
I had to use it. I just had to. But yeah, I was looking at the I was looking at I do too. It blows my mind. I was talking to my mom this morning, and she's not real familiar with all the whatever the the technology that is going that we have like, and I was telling her about some of this stuff, and man, it blew her mind. Really, that we could even use like the telescopes that we have. But she was like blown away by it. I was like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty interesting, pretty cool, pretty crazy. But yeah, I haven't done a podcast episode in so long, and I've moved, and I was in this horrible like transition of so much going on. So really, I haven't really been up on my game on a lot of astronomy space news. The Nova thing. What was that? The Nova. I think of what that was. Um, yeah, I'm not. This is I hope I can hear you. Okay.
I can't remember the
I can't hear
details,
you.
but I can look it up. So let me look it up real quick. Where
How have you been?
they showed me. I've been okay. It's springtime here, so Ross
Oh,
is
right
back at
on.
work, thank God. Getting ready,
Nice.
for concert season. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um,
That's right. Good for you.
um,
Hell yeah. That's
so I'm getting ready
awesome.
to lose my sky,
Right
I have
on.
a live population when, it's concert
Yeah.
season, cause they won't, but, uh, oh, where
Oh,
is
that's
it?
awesome, though. Man, I
But yeah,
bet.
I just read it, like yes, yesterday maybe it was this morning, I don't know, uh,
Yeah.
about how where there's, uh, it's like it's this star and stuff, but it like happens like every 75 years, where it's like
Yeah.
there's two different stars. One I think is like a red dwarf, and the other one's like another type of star.
Yeah.
And they like get really, really close. So they do like this whole like nova thing
Oh,
happening.
wow.
And, it's in the concept. It tells you right where it is.
Yeah. I'll have to, man, I'll look it up too.
Yeah, it's,
Because I have not been I have not been looking at what's been going on astronomy wise in a minute, and I'm finally getting to where I can do, podcasts again, and like,
yeah, I have
super,
a thing
super
that
excited about it.
in my Google, like how they
Mm.
have that little Google thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
anything with
Yeah.
space,
Oh,
I have
yeah.
that,
Yeah. Hell yeah. Right
I'm
on.
nosy.
Oh,
I'm
man, there's
nosy.
nothing wrong with that. There you go. That's the only way to figure anything out these days anymore.
Oh, wait. Was
And so it's concert season. I mean, then
Yeah.
that's
Can you
super
hear
cool.
that?
Let me see. No, but let me
Let me
turn this
see.
thing down. Yes.
Okay, this is where I heard it.
Thing. I can't hear that. Oh yeah. Oh, my dog's barking. It's been. Do you live? You live in? Do you live in? Trying to remember where you
Uh,
live.
Washington at the Gorge Amphitheater in Washington
That's what
State,
I thought. Yeah, that's right.
in the
You live in
desert
one.
part. In the
Yeah.
desert part.
Right. Right. I mean, I
I tell
love
that people think
Washington.
like Washington State has a desert. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Right. I didn't know that for the longest time till I moved up there, and I was lived in west in Seattle, and I forgot about that part of Washington. It's so pretty. I love. I
Probably
mean,
came over
I'm
to the
just
Gorge to see a show.
hell yeah, that's awesome. I would totally love to go back to Washington. I love it there. God, it's beautiful. How's the weather been lately?
It's raining right now.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, but we need the rain. We always need the rain. So
Yeah. Right. 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 That's very true. Let me turn this down. I need to
but
get and back on my whatever on this. I'm so glad that you got on here. I haven't talked to anybody on here in so long. It's been a while.
yeah, it's like
I'm glad
sometimes I
that you're
catch
doing
your
well.
things, but I'm always like busy doing,
Oh yeah. Oh
life
yeah. Yeah.
stupid shit.
Yeah. Right. I know. I just moved and got everything sort of like I think, except for like all that stupid small crap. You know what I mean? But like all the big
hmm
stuff, I'm pretty sure I've got done, and I'm like super.
Good job.
Yeah. It's like I hate moving, and so I'm really. I think I got everything somewhat lined out, and my dogs are, you know, yappy loud, so they're happy, and so I think everything's good.
No, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I haven't done anything on here in so long. I wasn't even sure my account was still open. I was like, please
Oh
be.
yeah, it never goes anywhere. Except
Right?
Podbean
Yeah.
has been glitchy lately.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been on here at all anywhere.
Mm.
Um.
Well, it was nice
Yeah.
seeing
So
you.
yeah, you too. Thank you so much for giving me the heads up on all that, because I always get on here and I'm like, man, I don't know. I would love to get on here so I could hear it on my own, but I guess I didn't know the Bluetooth thing on here worked, and all this is like coming
Oh,
together.
cool.
I guess somewhat. Yeah, we'll see, but it's awesome to hear
You'll
from
figure it
you.
out. We all figure it out.
Yeah,
I'm still figuring it
right.
out. So there's
Yeah,
that,
right,
you
right.
know?
Yeah, it's always, and like it's always so hard. Like when you get something down on your earphones, it's not right on the recording, and I'm always like
Yeah.
frustrated about getting it done right and all that.
Yeah.
So I guess if you observe the sun's corona during totality, yeah, you might see like those pink towering things and loops of like electrically charged plasma coming off the dark part of or the shadow. I'm sorry, the dark part of the sun.
Yeah, see,
Um,
that's why I'm hoping to get it with my camera, you
yeah,
know?
that would be super
And
awesome.
with the phone, because you can always go back and take it, shot by shot by shot by shot by shot. You know what I
Right?
mean?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So, um,
That's awesome.
and blow it up, it just, I don't know.
Yeah, no way.
I'm
That's super
I'm
cool.
insane about space, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. It was
I mean it's a little bit blurry, but I took a picture of Jupiter with my telescope and had my cell phone
yeah.
mounted onto the telescope. And I mean like you can see the bands and you can see the eye, you
Oh,
know,
awesome.
but
Yeah.
it's not like, crystal clear. Um
Right. Yeah.
and I didn't know what the hell I was doing either,
That's how I
but
am. Yeah, that's how I am
um
with my. I don't know
it's
how
still,
it's going.
I
Yeah,
still, I get to,
it's
I,
cool.
when I look at it, it's like, yeah, there's my boy,
Hell yeah, right? Isn't it
you
cool
know,
to be able to have your own telescope and like see it? It's totally different.
it is.
And then when you see it with your own, you're like, holy shit, it's amazing. It's so incredible. When I first got my telescope was like looking at the moon and going through all the stuff. The first time I looked at Jupiter, I saw all the moons before I could even
Hmm.
see, and I was just fascinated by even just being able to see the moons. I was like, dude, that's incredibly awesome. It's something about when you get your own telescope and you're looking at it, it really does
Yeah,
make it's pretty cool. Uh,
definitely makes a difference.
it does. It does, man. It's like something. It's just something about seeing it through your telescope that's
Yep.
like completely different than seeing a picture of it like online. You're like, dude, this is my picture. Like, it's
Yeah,
really cool.
it's, people have, I mean, it's like, I didn't really have a grasp of it until I went through a astronomy class. And yes, I failed the class and, you know,
I
I
did
guess
too.
everybody does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the
Oh
first class
shit!
I've ever
My
failed in my
astronomy
life.
class.
And I
Oh
had to tell
yeah.
my dad, that I failed the class. He goes, that's okay. He goes, I failed it twice. I'm like, what? You never told me
Yeah.
this. He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm special forces. I know my night sky. So he
Hell
thought.
yeah, right? Hell yeah. Hell yeah,
He goes,
man.
cause
I
he
didn't
goes,
have to pay
he goes,
attention that time.
yeah, that's what he said. He goes, so, I may have missed a lecture here and there. And he goes, and I failed it. And he goes, so I have only myself to blame. He goes, but that second time, he goes, I went to every class. He goes, he goes, I studied stuff, and he goes, I still failed it. He goes, I'm like, why? He goes, it's just, he goes, either you can think astro or not. He goes, and that's how they weed him out. That's why, not everybody's an
Yeah.
astrophysicist. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Hell yeah. That's
I mean, I
awesome.
took the class and yeah, I learned a whole lot, but it was like, yeah, out of
Right.
my intelligence, because I mean, you have
Yeah.
to learn like everything, like,
Oh,
and my brain can't hold that much information. I know it can't.
no, it's and
Sorry.
the math. Yeah, no, it's the math to it all. I would love. I actually thought that I wanted to like take like all these astronomy class, and I started getting into it, and I was
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I'm
that
not
really
intelligent
is
enough for
like
that.
no, I don't know. I mean, I want my brain capacity to be able to do it, and I strive for it, but man, it's just not. No, the computing
Yeah.
power in my brain is just not that. It's pretty amazing.
Right.
Um,
That's
that's
what we
why I
have
leave.
friends that do.
There you go. And that's what when I first started that. That's I started this whole podcast. That's all I was really trying to like reveal. Like was just sort of give the
Mm.
kind of the what would that be like the cliff notes, so people
Yeah.
could just kind of hear what's going and without getting because it can get really boring to talk about as space stuff. It's as amazing as it is.
Yeah.
It can get
It
really
can, yeah. When you get down to the technical,
yeah,
da da da
it
da
can
da, it's like, what? Are you kidding
yeah,
me? What?
and it's like when I first started this, I just sort of trying to get to the base of it, where people would not have to know too much, and then kind of break it
Yeah.
down to where the technical stuff was. And I don't really do that good of a job with
Yeah, I don't
doing
either.
that.
I
Yeah,
just explain it
and
the way I know,
yeah,
I'm not
yeah, yeah.
technical at all.
No, 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 no. I wish that I could still be, but I think my technicality really stops at about all this in front of me. That's why I'm a
Right?
drummer. I'm a drummer. Like we don't really have to. I mean, you mic our drums, but you don't. You go and you do your sound check and you're out. And you're done. it's like the drummers, doesn't have to sit there and tune and doesn't have to sit there and like, it's like the easy,
Yeah.
the
We
drummers,
got the beat or we ain't got the beat.
yeah, thank you. Exactly. Exactly. And man, I miss playing shows so much, but I'm actually going to tomorrow. Descendants are playing at Kane's, and I'm gonna go to that tomorrow. I think they're playing with the Circle Jerks, so that's gonna be a
The
fun show.
circle
But
jerks. That is going to be a fun
yeah,
show.
that'll be a cool show. I love being Descendants. I haven't seen them in a while, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I totally forgot
We
about
got
it.
Willie
I woke up.
Nelson. It's a hit. Everyone's excited about Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, and
That's
there's one
badass.
other guy. Uh, oh my God, it's like right there. Who is it? It's a big name. Fuck.
That sounds awesome. That
It's
sounds
another.
really
It's another
awesome.
big guy. That. My God, my
Huh.
brain. I'm sorry, my brain's like
Oh no,
totally
no, I totally,
escapes
I
that.
understand. That's
Um,
exactly how
but
I feel.
everyone's looking forward to. Oh, Bob Dylan. That's who it
Oh
is. Bob
damn.
Dylan, Willie Nelson, and John Mellencamp.
Oh,
Which
that
all
would be
three are
awesome.
legends within their own right. But
Right. Yeah.
my mom loves Bob Dylan. I remember when he was a young man.
That is awesome, man. That's awesome.
And
I
has met
miss.
Dylan before back in his New York days, back in the '60s.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Oh, that's way cool.
Uh, so she's like, I'm going to that concert. I'm like, okay, mom, whatever. Willie Nelson, I love
That's
Willie.
an awesome lineup.
That's going
Yeah.
to be, that is,
That is an
that
incredible
is.
lineup. I
Um,
wish we don't get that many shows in Oklahoma like that at all. We used to kind of, or maybe I just hear about them in like 2 weeks after the
after
fact.
they happen.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes with me. Like I hear about everything like later, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
But I'm totally going to
I mean,
that
we're out in the middle of
Descendants
nowhere, but
tomorrow.
I mean, we're the big enormous, It's just like,
Yeah,
it's a healing spot.
man, I
It's
love it.
awesome.
God, I love Washington. I wish that I never moved back, but I did. I say this to myself: Hey, dogs, don't. You guys even
Get
fighting
'em.
over because I'm not paying attention to you? Stop it, Lincoln. Don't.
Because they fight each other. They.
Man, I mean, Lincoln is about to drive me insane. And Bentley's.
I have a pushy pit that insists, like, it's raining outside. Let's go outside, mom. Come on. Let me show you how to hunt.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, especially God. I bet they have a bunch of room to play, like run around out there.
Oh, dude, his brown moles have taken over campground. And Jake is just
Have
like,
they?
no.
Yeah. It doesn't take those long at all either. And those
But,
too.
we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Wildlife does happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And man, I miss the wildlife so much. I wanted to move out of the city, and I didn't.
Hmm.
And I really wish that I would have. But it is what it is, I guess.
Anyway,
Uh,
thank God I don't have neighbors, dude. Oh my God.
See, that's what
If
I
I,
loved about
my,
it.
well, no, my issue is if I ever leave my dog home alone, he howls
Yeah,
nonstop. And on my
does he?
Instagram and like TikTok, dude, I put the videos of his howling nonstop. But I got the
Oh,
Ring doorbell, and that has been a
yeah,
lifesaver because now when he goes to the door and howls, it
yeah.
alerts me, and I yell at him through the Ring doorbell. Jake, go lay
Oh,
down, bad boy. And he
hell
goes and
yeah,
lays
that's
down.
awesome. Hell yeah, man. That's so much good reason. I think those
But if I
those
lived in
breeds
town,
are
yeah,
amazing.
it would be
That
just my block. It would be blocks all the way around me would hate me. They would hate
Yeah,
us.
I always think neighbors hate me for that same reason. I do. I'm always thinking, man, my neighbors probably hate the hell out of it. Especially, I have my electric drums set up so I
Hmm.
don't have to. But man, my neighbors before the electric world and like, yeah, my neighbors when it was just an acoustic set, I drove everybody crazy throughout. I'd have to
Was
like
you
go to
set in your
different
basement or in
neighbors.
the garage?
In my living room. It was in my garage
Oh.
for a while. But then I found out that if I put them in my living room, depending on if I work it out with like, I have to work it out different times with different neighbors, so some don't get home till later. Others are sleeping. So it's like,
Hmm.
my Bob is asleep at 2. Mary's awake at 1, and I could work it out. But then
Right.
yeah, and then the electric drum kit world came out, and they do
My
not
brother
have
had
a
a drum
stage
set.
presence. Yeah, they're fun. They're so much fun. It's just I don't understand how anybody you'd never get to, as a drummer. I uh I don't know how I did it with the just acoustic drum. I mean, I drove my parents, everybody's just crazy. Now I can just put earphones on and you just hear the annoying tapping, of the acoustic, but you don't have to have just
Yeah, but
blaring
once you get like
cymbals.
really going,
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh god, yeah. I was trying to figure out how to run.
especially the foot pedal. I know my
Oh
brother, dude,
yeah.
he'd get that pin that foot like just, he's broken a couple foot pedals.
Yeah, it sucks. It's an expensive, bad habit. Uh, I break my cymbals and my pedals a lot. It sucks. But it's super fun. I still love my drums. God, I love them. I don't play in many bands anymore, but if one calls me here and there to do something, I do. But yeah, it's been a while. But
My
it'll be
brother was
fun.
like, I don't know, he was a Sex Pistols fan. He was punk. So it was like my
Yeah,
dad,
yeah.
he goes, and what was that? And he goes, it's a song. My dad goes, okay. And just turn and walk away.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Yes, yeah, I've always been in like that punk rock world where I probably overplay my drums too. Like when I first started playing like jazz, it was hard for me to get that feathery thing down. Instead of just killing it all the time. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Well, that's awesome that you got your telescope working like you
Oh
did.
yeah. Oh,
I need
I have a Meade. It's a good telescope. It's a Meade ETX 60. And,
Oh yeah, yeah.
it has that, hand controller, which I think mine is broke. I don't even know where it's
Yeah.
at right now. But, and I need to get the cables. I need to order some new cables because my daughter, when she had my telescope, lost all that stuff. You can
Yeah.
hook the telescope right up to your computer and it will track the object, whatever object that you want.
That's so
Um,
badass.
it's all motorized and stuff, and it'll just, it's pretty
That
cool.
is
And it
yeah.
was, it's under $500.
Man, is it? See, they make them pretty. I mean, it's a
I mean, there's
from
still
what
the
it
really
used to
cool
be.
ones, that you have to have a whole separate room to store the telescope in.
Right.
Those
Yeah.
are still,
They're
insane amount of
amazing.
money that I can't, really say,
Yeah. No.
yeah, I spent, blah, 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 blah amount of money on a telescope
Yeah. I
just to
wish
look
I
at the
could, but
stars.
I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
can't
could
either.
neither get one. Sarah would kill me. She would come home from work, and I would probably not have a home anymore if I spent thousands of dollars. That I really wanted.
Right.
She'd be like, "No, Joey, that's not working." Like, no. So
Yeah.
I think the one that I
Ross
bought,
would
it
kill
was like
me.
600. Yeah, Sarah would absolutely just, I wouldn't have a home anymore. So I think the one that I bought was like 600 and it's decent where, I mean,
Hmm.
it's got the hand controller. Um, and it will find things on its own so that cause
Mm.
man, if I had to go by a chart and try to find, um, I got my old
I
one
use
out
my
and it
phone,
doesn't have that. Yeah.
Star Walk.
And yes, that is
Star
an
Walk, dude, you just
awesome
punch
app.
in, where is this? And it goes right, and you
It's
point your phone
awesome.
right to it, and then, that's what
Oh
I do a lot
yeah,
of times.
that's the
Because
only way I could tell where anything was.
like I said, I think my hand controller is out of date or something.
Yeah,
Um,
some of
so I
them, yeah,
might
you
just go
can
on
hook them.
eBay
Yeah,
and just look
yeah,
for a new one.
yeah. Or
And
you can
eBay, you can
update
find them
some of
cheaper
them.
too. Yeah,
Yeah,
some of them.
right. I bet you can. The one, I guess you can update a lot of. I don't know. The one that I had, I couldn't figure out how to update it. um,
Um,
I don't know what
I
I was
know that
doing wrong.
what is it, Astrostar?
Yeah.
Uh, if you have that on your computer or whatever,
Uh huh.
you have to just go online and then update that software. And then that software, that's what tells, hand controller what to do. Is how
Oh,
you
right
go,
on.
you update that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out because I that stuff makes it makes it so much. Well, I wouldn't be able to surf the sky without it. I'm just gonna not lie.
yeah. It does
And
make
like,
life a whole lot better.
yeah, it really does. I found out if I had to try to surf around trying to figure out what I was looking at, I would be in like neck deep in like papers trying to figure it out, and it,
Yeah.
I swear the hell
Star
off.
Walk, that app is like phenomenal. And it's really,
It
really cheap,
is.
you know.
Yeah,
So
and
it,
it
you
is.
know,
And And now they even make some of them where if you can't, I was paying making the monthly payment, and I couldn't for a month, so I got on another one like Sky Tonight or something, and I used that for a month, and then went back to the other
yeah.
one. Like,
I think there's one of them you can do like a year or something. It's like, uh, which one is it? I have it right here in my phone. Yeah, Star Walk.
yeah,
Like $5 extra, you know,
yeah,
uh, it's like a year thing,
yeah.
I
They're the
think.
greatest. Oh man, is it? Yeah, it's not very much anymore. They used to be monthly, and it. I think you can like pay like yearly or like a life payment.
Save
It's so
time.
cool. They're
Yeah.
amazing apps, and it's like GPS. I wouldn't be able to get around even the city without GPS, and like it's such a cheating mode, but I mean it works. You know, that's the only way I
Yeah.
can tell. I was looking up some things. There were 10 things that I wouldn't know about the solar eclipse coming up in 2024 on the April 8th. Um, and it was like North America is going to experience the world's longest land-based total solar eclipse in the whole decade. I didn't know that it was going to be that much, but like the totality will occur on land for like 100 minutes. It'll be
Yeah.
nothing like October's Ring of Fire, the solar eclipse, I guess, and
Hmm.
it's going to be totally different. Well, not different, but I'm going to go over some of those in today's thing. It'll be I don't know. I haven't done a podcast in so long. I feel like I'm.
Well, you just sit down and you just do it.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I
let you
haven't.
go because I got to get lunch for my
Yeah, it was
household
awesome to
ready.
hear from you. Take it
Yeah.
easy, definitely. And I'll talk to you before then. But yeah, crazy lady, have a good one. Super super awesome to hear from you. Everybody say what's up. Crazy lady is a super 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 sweetheart. Um, she's so cool. I love running into everybody on Podbean is always so cool. Um, and I'm so glad I got all this figured out. So, like the 10 things that I was looking at that probably won't, that I didn't know about the solar eclipse coming up on April 8th. Um, what was it? It was yeah, I guess the totality will occur on land for 100 minutes. I mean, there's like a line. I'll post the line that's, but after the moon's central shadow touches the earth, at sunrise in the Pacific Ocean close to Starbuck Island, I guess, in Kiribati. It'll take 3 hours and 16 minutes to cross the Earth before it departs at sunset in the Atlantic Ocean north of the Azores. So the path of totality will be about 10,000 miles or 16,000 kilometers long, less than half of which occurs on land. Totality will move across North America, Mexico, the U.S., and Canada in 100 minutes, spending 68 minutes moving across parts of 15 of the U.S. states. That's be pretty. I mean, that's actually a lot. Um, I mean, for what it is. It'll be nothing like the October Ring of Fire, then that solar eclipse. If you saw the annular, annular. God, I cannot talk. Solar eclipse on October 14th. That's where I found out my cell phone, my iPhone would work really good. As a know, uh, goggles. If you use your phone and put the video on, man, I got the most amazing videos on my phone of that eclipse. It was so rad. God, it was. Um, so definitely, if you don't have, everybody's getting like the, um, glasses and all and whatever, and which are cool. Don't. They're super cool actually. But I guess like if you don't have, if you don't have, like the goggles or whatever, or a what's that called? The A lot of people use the welders like helmets or glasses. I couldn't believe how well the phone worked. It blew my mind. But yeah, so if you saw the annular solar eclipse of 2000, of October 14th, I'm sorry, through the eclipse glasses, I'm considering giving this one a miss. Think again. This is a total solar eclipse where the moon will briefly cover the entire disk of the sun, depending on where you were. But only during this kind of solar eclipse can the sun's outer corona be seen with the naked eye. Um, so it's like seeing our star for the first time and, floating in space. And it's guaranteed to leave you a gibbering wreck. So don't miss it. It'll be pretty cool. Remember to never look at the sun directly. To safely view the solar eclipse, you must use solar filters. Only during the exact moment of totality, when the moon completely obscures the sun, can you look at the naked or with the naked eye. Um, at all other times, precautions need to be taken. Observers will need to wear solar eclipse glasses, cameras, telescopes, binoculars, and then you can look at the sun. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, like I said, man, my phone did great. Um, so parts of the 15 U.S. states will experience totality. Where were they? It was Mexico, Sonora. Um, so the 15 U.S. states will be Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. New York, yeah, and then Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. And then 7 Canadian provinces are Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, um, Prince Edward Island, I believe, Nova Nova Scotia. I can never say that right. And Newfoundland. In the U.S., the totality will begin in Texas at 1:27 p.m. Central Time and end in Maine at 3:35 Eastern Time. Always, God, that time thing gets me so bad. Tennessee and Michigan get only a technical totality. So the path of totality touches a small corner of Tennessee and Michigan. In Tennessee, only the northwest corner is in the path, with a maximum of 2 minutes and 7 seconds at Kentucky Bend, New Madrid Bend, and in Michigan, only the southeast corner of the path, with 1 minute and 20 seconds of the exclusive of Lost Pennsylvania Marina. Um, so it'll be pretty cool. There's a lot of states. I actually shocked so many of them in Oklahoma. A tiny village in Mexico will get the best view, though. So if you're not in U.S. and you're in Mexico, go to within the path of totality is a center point, a point of maximum eclipse, where a total solar eclipse will be experienced around midday with the sun and moon at the highest in the sky. It's here with the geometry of the sun, moon, and earth line up precisely, meaning the slowest moving shadow, and so the longest totality. On April 8th, that point is just 4 miles, 6 kilometers to the north of Nazas, population of 3,600, in the Mexican state of Durango. From there, totality will last 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Damn, that'll be badass. It's part of a repeating event in North America. Solar eclipse comes in families called seros, Greek for repetition, every 6,585.3 days. a shadow of the moon hits Earth of roughly the same proportions in the previous one. So the only reason it doesn't occur in the same place is that, what is that, 0.3 of the day around 8 hours, which means Earth has rotated just slightly. The total solar eclipse on April 8th is part of Sinceros 139, which is 6,558.3 days previously on March 29, 2006. Produced an almost identical totality of for Africa and Asia. I remember thinking too, I was like, shit, I want to go to Africa right now. The next eclipse in Saros 139 after 2024 will occur on April 20th, 2042. So, man, that's a minute, not long enough. So seasons determine the path of totality. That was something that I didn't know for the longest time either, though. It makes sense. But look at the central paths of the two solar eclipses that strike North America within 6 months, and the annual solar eclipse on October 14th, 2023, and the total solar eclipse on April 8th of 2024. It marks like a perfect X, like pretty much right in the center. And I'm basically right in Oklahoma, like right through Texas. It's kind of cool. Man, I guess, yeah, crazy. Like that one October 14th, that went right through Washington. Wow, it really did. That's nuts. Pretty cool. That's I love all these buttons about Lincoln. Yeah, I'm gonna have Lincoln out on that one. It's gonna be fun. But one shadow moves northwest, southeast, and the other moved southwest, and northeast. And you might ask yourself why. Well, though the position and distance of the moon have a huge effect on the eclipse, the differing orientation of the path is down to Earth's tilted axis, which is leaning different ways during both eclipses. In October, and the Earth moves downwards as it rotates. So while in April, spring, it moves upwards. So I guess this one is going to be, it's a city eclipse. About 40 million people live within the path of totality on April 8th. Around three-quarters of them, the U.S. major cities inside the path include Mazatlan and Torreon in Mexico, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas-Fort Worth, Indianapolis, Little Rock, Cleveland, Buffalo, and Rochester in the U.S., and Hamilton and Montreal in Canada. Awesome. I miss all the good I really do. Although, I'm not going to miss Descendants of Land tomorrow, and I'm super excited about it. All right, so I've got to take a short break, but I will be right back. Okay. So here's some unexplained awesome things to listen to for a minute, and I will be right back with you. This is super, super cool. So I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back. that. Don't do that. What's up, everybody? Sorry. So, that was not a really actually very fun. Thinking of I'm actually trying doing unsolved mysteries type of thing. Like a whole podcast on it, actually. I don't know. I try not to get too much. I try not to get into the whole conspiracy alien thing too much. Cause like, man, check this out. If you Lincoln, come on, Bubba. Um, sorry, dude, I can't believe this whole thing works. Really can't. That's about what it sounds like. Really. Nice. All right. Oh man, yeah, I haven't done a podcast in a minute. I miss doing these. Like, I'm crazy missing. Lincoln, I'm seriously, I'm gonna. Where'd your ball go, man? So Lincoln, as you guys know, he crashed our UFO, uh, and so it's not been working. That's what happens, Lincoln. Lincoln, no, don't. Man, Descendants are coming to play tomorrow night. God, I cannot wait to go to this show tomorrow. I've been playing this game all day. Really good. All right, get down. Get down. Man, so nobody can. I hope I don't get in trouble playing The Sims. I'm sorry. I do. Me too. Stefan, I know Stefan really well. So I think he'll be alright, but great band, great band. Um, oh yeah. So wait, oh shoot. I apologize. I gotta take a small break again. I apologize. I didn't think all this was perfect. All right, I apologize. Sorry. I always have my world. Lincoln, stop. Oh, Linky. I can't believe it. Okay, I'm kidding. All right, um, so going over all the cool. I mean, no, things coming up. So during the eclipse, let me turn it down. Okay, so so this eclipse coming up. It's what they're calling a city eclipse. About 40 million people live within the path of totality on April 8th. Around three-quarters of them in the U.S. major cities. I think that's what oh yeah, that's what I was going over. Um, Mazatlan and Torreon in Mexico, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, Indianapolis, Little Rock, Cleveland, Buffalo, and Rochester in the U.S., and Hamilton and Montreal in Canada. That's really cool because the last one, I think it wasn't. And I think like we just got like the I mean, just barely on the totality of it. St. Louis, Cincinnati, Toronto, and Quebec are very close to the path, while the inhabitants of Houston, Chicago, Detroit, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. are all within 200 miles of the path of totality. Um, Alaska is going to miss out on totality, but not for long. I guess neither of the two non-contiguous U.S. states will see a total eclipse on April 8th. Hawaii will see a 20% partial solar eclipse at sunrise. In comparison, only southeast Alaska, west of Juneau, including Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve, will see up to 5% partial solar eclipse mid-morning. However, Alaska will only have to wait until just, I think, after sunrise on March 30th, 2033. Hmm. I was looking at this thing the other day, and like I guess there's a big 2039, like everybody's like crazy over it because there's a lot of talk about what's going on that year where well I think maybe that's when that I think there's an asteroid coming to get really close to Earth. Actually it is. I'm sorry. It's we did an episode on that. I think it was 2039. I want to say it was 2000. I don't know. You know, a lot of these they just it's like these shows they just they merge together. I you know what can I say? Yeah, I mean it's hard. I understand why how hard to be perfect all the time. I totally get it. The UK will have the last view of the eclipse though. So Caps, I think, and I think you're in the UK for you will notice it, but this total solar eclipse for North America ceases to exist on the west coast of the UK. Sunset commences on April 8th from the west coast to Wales, England, and Scotland, where it will be possible to see a tiny bite taken from the sun in the slightest of partial solar eclipses. A very few low view of the horizon will be required in practice an ocean horizon as well as clear skies, which is everybody. Um, you know. And it'll probably I'm sure something will happen where it'll probably be cloudy here, and it'll be the first like complete total eclipse for for like us, and they'll probably be out, down. So that's pretty cool. So man, I don't know. Is everybody still on here? Or did everybody leave? Not sure. If Crazy Lady, it was awesome to hear from you. Very awesome to hear from you. What was I was what else was I going to go over? The total, yeah, I guess the coronal mass ejection. I guess it's supposed to be um like multiple times during the month, and the duration is going to be like several hours when it happens. So um it's going to be a real cool, it's supposed to be a really really you know cool looking time eclipse. If we get lucky, I think the CME will present itself as a twisted spiral like structure high in the atmosphere in the sun. Um, Ryan French, a solar physicist at the National Solar Observatory in Boulder, Colorado, the author of The Sun Beginner's Guide to Our Local Star, told Space.com a CME is a huge ejection of magnetic field. So it's supposed to be a really, really cool eclipse. So nobody, don't miss it. I mean, everybody, don't miss it. It's supposed to be real, real cool. Um, if you don't have it, go to space.com. They've got a super, super cool a newsletter. Um, so if you get the newsletter, it'll have a bunch of stuff in it. So yeah, this whole eclipse is going to take 100 minutes for the moon shadowed across North America. So a CME could go off just before and be visible to everyone under a clear sky. That'd be super cool. CMEs can certainly happen during totality. One was imaged on December 14th, and I can put that on here. Which are they're just big solar flares. And solar flares are powerful, this powerful bursts of radio waves, visible light, X-rays, and gamma rays at the surface of the sun that travel at light speed, and they just take 8 minutes to reach from the sun to Earth. So, uh, the light only takes 8 minutes to reach Earth, as everybody knows. It's crazy to think about that. Like all the light that is hitting us is from 8 minutes ago. God, really? Um, yeah, it's super cool. It takes 8 minutes for the light to get to Earth from the sun. So technically, all the light that we get on Earth right now is actually 8 minutes from 8 minutes ago. So it's kind of like it's back in time light. Think about that weirdly enough. It's pretty cool. It's really actually crazy if you but it's pretty cool. Oh, oh. So, anybody. Lincoln, don't do that. He hits all my buttons and he loves it. Don't do that, Linky. All right, everybody. So, if everyone's still on here, definitely hit like. Follow me on. I have not done any podcasts. It's been a minute. So, now that I've got this figured out, I'm going to start doing these way, way, way often again. I've got moved. Everything's really um getting unhectic, so that's super cool. Everything's out the way it is. I think I've got some people that are coming up on here too, which I'm actually looking very forward. Uh, I've got. I think I've started. Well, I'm going to start going to this in Mounds. It's a small town right outside of Tulsa where they've got an awesome telescope, and I'm gonna start doing the skywatch that they do down there. It's super, super. So that'll be cool. That'll be really, really cool. Yeah, that was. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. So okay, there have been a few examples of the premise, like the prominent eruptions over the past few months, each of which would have given a really great show if occurring during a solar eclipse. So the sun's been really, really active, but it's worth noting that the eclipse will still provide a really cool view of stationary, non-eruptive, prominences. They'll just be smaller and closer to the sun's surface, but it'll be awesome to see them, during like the mid eruptions, extending totality to view more eruptions. Hopefully, the problem with eclipses is that they only last a few minutes, so you can't usually take measurements over time. You know what I mean? They're so quick. Um, but however, the sun is incredibly dynamic, and it's going to be processes, take minutes or even seconds, such as like the solar flares or the CMEs. So during that time, man, you actually see a bunch. I mean, hopefully. But given that it's unlikely that such brief, events will occur during totality, there's only one solution to make totality longer. One way to extend it is to get a supersonic jet and chase the moon's shadow. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Scientists did that in 1973 using Concorde, achieving a 73-minute totality. I mean, in that case, it's cool, but yeah, I mean, the alternative is to film the eclipse sun for a few minutes from across an entire continent, hoping that someone somewhere will catch the beginning or end of an event. That rarely happens, but it will be on April 8th. That day, totality will arrive in the U.S. and Texas at 1:27 p.m. and leave in Maine at 3:35 p.m. Pretty cool. The Citizens Continental America Telescopic Eclipse Project, which CAPSI leads, is an attempt to make a continuous 60-minute 3D movie of the sun's corona in polarized light using 35 teams of 3 or 4 citizen scientists. Each will be used standardized cameras and set up the setups in the hope to get lucky, with the sun being as busy as it is. So like, there's gonna be a lot of people with really, really cool pictures. I don't. I hope to God I get my camera part fixed on my telescope for that. It'd be super, super cool. Anyway, everybody, if you learned anything or if you had fun, definitely hit like, follow me. It always helps. And to hit like. And I hope to God I didn't bore you too long on this fun hour. Everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, wonderful evening. It was awesome to hear and see everybody. Definitely download this show and keep your eyes out, everybody. And to no avail, another show prevails. Thank you, guys. I will see you soon.